Welcome back to another iOS iPhoneography tutorial, courtesy of iShoot Reno. My name is Brian, and we're here today to talk about Instagram, the most popular photo sharing application for both iOS and Android devices. And you can now kind of access it via the web. The topic of today's conversation, we're going to talk about @mentions. And if you don't know what an @mention is, we can show you real quick, but first I'd like to give you a brief explanation. @mentions are a way for you to tag other users on Instagram. So before their username, you might see the @ symbol. Looks like the letter A with a continuous tail that kind of circles around it. You may see that in other popular social networks like Twitter, or the old school Facebook allowed you to do that. You can still do it in Facebook, but you can also just start typing one of your friends' names and it'll kind of pop up and allow you to tag them. But in today's tutorial, we're going to talk specifically about Instagram. And like I said, I was going to show you an example. So let's go in to a recent photo I took outside my back patio here the other morning. And I just posted it on Instagram, but we'll look at some of these comments. I'm just going to click on the comments here. So you can see, based on my last tutorial, I mentioned that the first thing I post generally is a caption. I don't post hashtags or @mentions or anything like that in the first comment. And actually I was featured by United by Edit a couple weeks back for a post I did, and they mentioned all of the people that were featured in that post in the first comment, but nobody was notified. So if you are going to post @mentions, I would try to stay away from doing it in the first comment. Like right up here where it says go explore, that's the first thing I posted right as I uploaded the picture. If I had tagged somebody in there, based on what I'd seen previously, they might not have been notified in their feed or in their notifications section. So that's a good thing to remember. Here, scrolling down a little bit, Crazy Catwoman is a great follower of mine. She's always got all kinds of great stuff to say, and she's always very active on Instagram. Very cool feed herself, so if you are looking for someone cool to follow, go check her out. I think she's down in Florida, so there's all kinds of good stuff happening down there. But if you look right after her comment, you'll see my response, and it starts with the @ symbol, and it mentions her username. And I go on to thank her and explain a little bit more about the shot. But there's a comment here I haven't responded to yet from Jenalicious, who is also another really great follower and very cool feed, somewhere on the East Coast, I believe. So if we wanted to respond to her, we can type our comment in here, right where it says add a comment. So I'm just going to tap, and then I'm going to start by using the @ symbol to kind of call up this possibility of tagging people. And then I'm going to start to type her handle here. And you'll see as you type, it'll start to kind of filter out based on who you follow or who's commented on this picture. If you're on a picture that somebody hasn't commented on and you're not following them, you may actually have to remember their username if you want to tag them. But here we do have the option of clicking, so we're just going to click on Jen to add her there. So it's filled the rest of that in for us, which is very handy. And we're just going to say thank you. Let's add some of these new emojicons. I put up a post yesterday about some of the new emojicons in iOS 6. Don't know if we're really going to use a new one here, but it's nice and sparkly and thanking her, so we're just going to send that out right now. So that's a good way to stay in touch with the people in your feed. Let them know that you appreciate their comments, which I think is a very important part of Instagram, is to always just make sure and be respectful and let people know that you appreciate when they stop by and say things about your work. If you don't, you don't have to. There's a lot of very high-profile Instagram accounts out there that don't say very much to their followers. They may be celebrities. They're probably doing a bunch of other stuff in their life. But I'm very appreciative for the people that do follow me, so I always like to say thank you. Moving on, there are times when using @mentions are not necessary. So you'll notice here on my post that Jennalicious said beautiful and Crazy Catwoman said, oh my god, gorgeous. They didn't use the @iShootReno before that. Because why? Well, this is my post. Anything that's commented on my post, I'm going to be notified about. So it's superfluous to really tag the person who posted in one of their own posts. So that's one thing that you don't need to do. It'll save you a little extra time if you do that already. You can save yourself some time and just put your comment in. You don't have to tag them. I mean, if you do tag them, they'll still be notified. It's just you have to do more work. So trying to save you a little time. Also, when you're tagging other people in a post, say you add a couple people in one comment. If you start to tag more than 5 people, Instagram will come up with a little notification that tells you that you can only tag 5 people per comment. So that's one thing to remember. If you have a bunch of people tagged in one comment, you may want to kind of highlight that and copy that and break it up into multiple comments. Typically, mentioning a lot of people in one comment or post for no good reason besides trying to get them to look at it is a little, how do you say, it's kind of a faux pas, if you will, on Instagram. Typically, I like to keep the conversation, based on the people who are interacting with it. If somebody needs to see something, one of my close personal friends or somebody on Instagram that has a specific taste or preference, or I know that they will enjoy the post and that they haven't seen it yet, I might tag them. But it's good to just keep that in mind as per limits. So this is a really basic topic. There's not really that much more to say about it, but it can be used to definitely get people to look at your posts if you know that they haven't seen them, because your referencing of their username will make your comment show up in their news feed. And it's also a great way to let people who have commented on your post know that you're happy that they did, and you get to respond to them. So it's always good to stay in communications with people that support you. Like all of you wonderful followers that support iShootReno and have bought prints and like the tutorials and like our posts and comment on them and recommend us to your other followers and all that good stuff. We really, really appreciate it. So I hope that you guys have a great week coming up here. It's Sunday morning when I'm recording this. It should get posted today, if not Monday. But you guys have a great week, and thank you for staying up to date with iShootReno. And I'll leave you with a last glimpse of today's post. It's called Go Explore. That's what I hope to do today. Get out a little bit and go check out some of this beautiful northern Nevada weather. All right, thanks again, guys. Have a great day.